So, in this first passage, we have got two types of questions. And the very first one is matching paragraphs. And this matching paragraphs question is never in order. And 1 to 6, these questions are in random order. We need to match the information according to the paragraph. And another type of question is summary completion, and here there are two different segments, the first one and second one. We shall see whether these all questions are taken from a single paragraph or multiple paragraphs. So let's begin. Now we have very easy way to crack reading as usual. uh, so let's begin. Reading passage 1, you should spend about 20 minutes on questions 1 to 13, which are based on reading passage 1 below. Could urban engineers learn from dance? Okay, is the question. Now let's read paragraph A. The way we travel around cities has a major impact on whether they are sustainable. Major impact on whether they are sustainable. Transportation is estimated to account for 30% of energy consumption in most of the world most developed nations. So lowering the need for energy using vehicles is essential for decreasing the environmental impact of mobility. But is the controlling idea. But as more and more people move to cities, more and more people move to cities. Do you see in the screen clearly now?
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
More and more people move to cities, it is important to think about other kinds of sustainable travel too. The way we travel affect our physical and mental health. This is the central theme. Have a look here, this line, okay? The way we travel affects our physical and mental health, our social life, our access to work and culture, and the air we breathe. Engineers are tasked with challenging how we travel around cities through urban designs, but the engineering industry still works on the assumption that led to the creation of the energy consumption transport systems we have now. The emphasis placed solely on efficiency, speed, and quantitative data. We need radical changes to think it healthier, more enjoyable, and less environmentally damaging to travel around cities. Okay, so in the first paragraph, we have got the central theme that the impact of transportation on our health. This is the central theme of this paragraph. Let's go into the questions and compare one by one. Okay. A reference to an appealing way of using dance that the writer is not proposing. There is nothing about this writer's proposing. An example of contrast between past and present approaches to building. There is no contradiction. Mention of an objective of both dance and engineering. Nothing about the objective. Reference to an unforeseen problem arising from ignoring the climate. Nothing about future prediction or like that. Why some measures intended to help people are being reversed. Nothing about measures. Reference how transport has an impact on our lives. So, isn't it the exact meaning? The same on question number 6. All right. So, answer for question number uh, 6 is A. Answer is A. Okay. So we got this answer. We got answer A. Okay. Uh, let's go to the another type. We have not got this guardrails. Okay. Guardrails. So from the first paragraph, only one question is taken. Let's go to the second paragraph and read. Dance might hold some of the answers. Okay, dance might hold some of the answers. That is not to suggest anyone should dance their way to work. However, healthy and happy might make us, but rather than the techniques used by choreographers to experiment with and design movement in dance could provide engineers with tools to stimulate new ideas in city making. Richard Sennett, an influential urbanist and sociologist who has a transformed idea about the way cities are made, argues that urban design has suffered from a separation between mind and body since the introduction of the architectural blueprint. So, look here, what does the writer say? That it is not to suggest anyone, the writer is, this is not to suggest and everyone should dance their way to work. The writer is not proposing. Okay, the information is very clear. The writing is not proposing this system or this style. Let's go to the question. The very first question, reference of an appealing way of using dance that the writer is not proposing. See, the writer is not proposing this in paragraph number B. What does the paragraph number B, first and second sentence say? Dance might hold some of the answers. That is not to suggest everyone should dance their way to work. However healthy and happy it might take us, but rather that the techniques used by choreographers or experiments with the design movement in dance could provide engineers with the tools. And so the writer, the writer is not proposing. And now we need to decide the answer. Uh, the answer is the answer in the second the answer in the second one is uh, B. So the answer for this question number one is question number one equals B. Okay, question number one equals B. Let's go to the another paragraph and see another one. Let's see, here we haven't got the question area, guardrails. Go back and read paragraph number C. Shall we begin? Whereas medieval means the very past one, okay? Medieval, the past one, they begin in the medieval phase. Medieval builders improvised and adapted construction through their uh, intimate knowledge of materials and personal experience of the conditions on a site. Building designs are now convinced, they are now convinced and stood in media technologies that detach the designers for the physical and social realities they are creating. While the design practice created by these new technologies are essential for managing the technical complexity of the modern city, they have the drawback of simplifying reality in the process. So, the central theme of this paragraph is the contradiction between the medieval styles of building and the modern one. Okay, see, the medieval buildings improvised and adapted construction through their yeah, intimate knowledge of materials and personal experience of the condition on a site, building designs, and are now convinced. So, go to the questions and uh, uh, See the answers. Okay. An example of contrast between past and present approach. Yes, the ways how it used to be in the past and the way how it is being. So paragraph number C contains the information of question number 2. The example here is an example of the contradiction between past and present approach. So the answer is uh, the answer for this question is question number 2 equals C. Okay. Do you see the screen? And at the meantime, we need to see these guardrails. We have not got this question. And let's read paragraph number D and go on. So, to illustrate, Sani discusses the Peace Tree Center in Atlanta, USA, the development typical of the modernist approach to urban planning prevalent in the 1970s. It created a grid of streets and towers intended as a new pedestrian-friendly downtown to Atlanta. According to Sanity, this failed because of its designers had invested too much faith on computer-aided design to tell them how it would cooperate. They failed to take into account that purpose-built street cafes could not operate the Hudson without the protective ironing commons in other buildings and would need energy consuming air condition instead. It talks about the uh, let's say weather or the climate without protecting ironing common in other two buildings and would need energy consuming air conditioning instead, or that is giant car park would feel to over unwelcoming that would put people off getting out of their cars. What seems entirely predictable and controllable on screen has unexpected result when translated into reality. So what is the central theme of this paragraph? Central theme, the climate that affects or something. Let's move into the questions and then we shall see. We have got 1, 2, and 6 questions. Let's see. Mention of an objective of both dance and engineering. There is no question. Reference to an unforeseen problem arising from ignoring the climate. Exactly. So this is paraphrased with unpredictable, unforeseen problem arising from the climate. Have a look. This is exactly in paragraph number. This is here seems entirely predictable and controllable. There's an unexpected result when translated. So the information of this paragraph is in question number 4. Okay, we have got this answer here. Then question number 4 equals DS. Okay. Now we have 2 questions remaining here and the rest of the questions here. We have not got this question area. Again, go and read in paragraph number E. The same is true in transport engineering, which uses models to predict and shape the way people move through the city. Again, these models are necessary, but they are built on a specific worldview in which certain forms of efficiency and safety are considered. Efficiency and safety are considered here, and other experiences of the city ignored. Design that seem logical in modules appear counterintuitive in the actual experience of their users. The guardrails that will be familiar to anyone who has attempted to cross the British Road, for example, where an engineering situation to pedestrian safety based on based on based on models and priorities that smooth flow of the traffic, on wide major roads, they often guide pedestrian to specific crossing points and slow down their progress across the road by using staggered access point to divide the crossing into two, one for each carriageway. In doing so, they make crossing feel longer, introducing psychological barriers, greatly impacting those that are least mobile and encouraging others to make a dangerous crossing to get around the guardrails. These barriers don't just make it harder to cross the road, they divide communities and uh, de- decrease opportunities for healthy transport. As a result, many are now being removed, causing disruption, cost, and waste. So the models to protect and shape the way people go through this is a bit lengthier, and let's see here in the question. Probably we may be getting the answers. Mention of the objective of both dance and engineering. Objective of dance and it's not given. So why some measures intended to help people are being reversed? So it talks about the measures. Have a look here in this paragraph. Why some measures intended to help people, because they are let's say they are just guided up to the particular destination or the crossway, whatever. Okay, so the answer of the answer the answer for question number 5 is the answer of question number 5 is there in paragraph number. Question number 5 equals question number 5 equals E. Okay, people are helped here up to the particular destination. Okay, so we have come to this one. Guardrails were introduced on Britain roads to improve the, yes, here is the question area, Britain. Did you see? They were introduced in Britain, British road and Britain. The guardrails here is the exact question area for gap fill question. So the guardrails, they were introduced in, for example, were an engineering situation to pedestrian safety based on models that prioritize the smooth flow of traffic. Okay, there uh, the main purpose for introducing this was pedestrian safety, and another was smooth flow of the traffic. Okay, let's see whether the question is taken or not. So here, question number, please control this background sound. Okay, just be in muted form or be muted. Choose one word only from the passage for each answer. Okay, guardrails were introduced on British road to improve the safety. Here we got the answer, safety. Okay, S-A-F-E-T-Y. There is pedestrian safety, S-A-F-E-T-Y, safety, pedestrian safety. We got the answer. Of pedestrians it is here pedestrian, safety of pedestrian and pedestrian safety paraphrased, while ensuring that the movement of the smooth flow of traffic is not traffic. Here the answer is in question number 8 is smooth flow of traffic, sorry. The smooth flow of traffic. So movement is paraphrased with the smooth flow, and the sorry, what's wrong? The answer is traffic. Let's write the answer here. Traffic, sorry, Traffic, traffic. We got this answer, traffic. Pedestrians are led to the access point. They are led to the access point is the keyword. And encouraged to cross one. Okay, only one. Cross one at a time. At once they are expected or encouraged or suggested to cross one. Let's go to the question. And on the wide major roads, they often guide pedestrians to specific crossing point, their axis, and slow down their progress across the road by using staggered access point to divide the crossing into two, one for each carriageway. So the answer, another answer is carriageway. Question number 9. The question number 9 answer is carriageway. They are encouraged to cross only one carriageway. Okay. Here is the answer. Carriageway. Is the spelling correct? Just we shall check it later. Okay. The answer is carriageway. So from this paragraph, okay, let's see. An unintended effect is to create psychological difficulties in crossing the road, particularly less. So the main one is particularly less. Let's see, either we get the answer in the same paragraph or in the another paragraph. Go back to the passage and follow. Yeah, it's here. In doing so, they make crossing feel longer, introducing psychological barriers. Exactly, this is psychological barrier. This is
Mobile.
greatly impacting those that are the least mobile. Okay, they are particularly less mobile. M-O-B-I-L, mobile. We got the answer. We got the answer here for question number 10.
10.
This is M-O-B-I-L-E, mobile. Okay. Another reason is that some people cross the road in a. Okay. They cross road in a. People cross in a. Okay. Way. What is that way? Unique way. Let's see. Go in the question. Go in the passage. Okay. And encouraging others to make dangerous crossing. Others mean that is people to make dangerous crossing to get around the guardrails. Okay, they are least mobile, and encouraging others mean people to make dangerous crossing. So the answer is here. Okay, the guardrails, sorry, the end result is that some people cross the road in a dangerous way. Please, no background sound. Dangerous. The answer is dangerous. Where the guardrails separate. Separate means they divide. Okay, they separate and make it more difficult to introduce forms of transport that are okay. Let's see here again in this paragraph. Encouraging and get around this guard. Okay, and the barriers don't just make it harder to cross the road, they divide communities. Separate means divide communities. The answer is communities. The answer is communities. Please write communities. The answer is, oh shit, what happens? Did you write the answer communities?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And let's, okay, and make it more difficult to introduce forms of transport that are, okay, let's go back to the question, that are, okay, as a result, okay, decrease communities that decrease opportunities for healthy transport, that are healthy. The answer is healthy. That are the forms of transport that are healthy. The answer is healthy. And another answer for each communities, okay? 12. Okay, we have got this question. One last question is remaining. One question from this text is remaining, that is mention of objective of both dance and engineering. Let's see. Objective of dance and engineering. Okay. If their designers had the tools to think that their bodies like dancers, and imagine how these barriers would feel, other might have been a better solution. In order to bring about fundamental changes to the ways we use our cities, engineering will need to develop a richer understanding of why people move in certain, okay, this is objective, why people move. Okay, this is here. So where does it click? Have a look here. The obvious choice and why do people move. This talks about objective and how this movement affects them. Chronography manner seen an obvious choice of tackling this problem, and it shares with engineering the aim of exactly the objective. This is, we have got the answer, movement within the limitation of distance. So the answer for question number, the answer for question number 5 is E.
3.
Question number 5 equals E. So
3 equal.
So that is 3.
Sorry, 3. Okay, sorry. The answer for question number 3, objective, the 3 is E. We got this objective. So the question is, the first paragraph is done, both the dance and engineering. Okay. Let's check the answers, all right? We have done first paragraph and let's check the answers. So for the answers, I am going back. Let's see the answer here. Do you see the answers on the screen, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The answer for first question is B. I guess the answer is right. Question number 2, C. 3, F. We got the answer, objective. Question number 4, D. I guess this answer. 5E, 6A. We have got all correct, all right?
Yes, sir.
And safety, traffic, carriageway, mobile, dangerous, communities, and healthy. We have got 13 out of?
Dangerous. 13.
That's great. Okay. Now, so let's stop the recording.